Hello and welcome to Members on the Mic with the Troy Chamber of Commerce, where we connect with local Troy Chamber members as they give us a glimpse into their company and share some of the business lessons they've learned along the way. Hi everyone, I'm Tara Thompson-Cusack, President and CEO of the Troy Chamber of Commerce, and I'm joined today by our lovely and very physically fit, we'll get more into that, Vice President Sheila Denstead.
Hello everyone.
So first I'd like to take a moment and thank our presenting sponsor, Trion Solutions. Stay tuned for our very first commercial break where you can learn how you can rely on Trion. So Sheila, we have a very fun and energetic guest ahead of us today. Why don't you do some introductions?
I would absolutely love to. Today we're meeting with Lissa Pietrykowski. Lissa is a co-owner of two personal training studios, of which I know very well, Peak Women and Peak Physique Fitness in Troy. She's a busy mom with 4 amazing kids and 2 puppies. Lissa has been a personal trainer since 2014 and is passionate about women's health and bringing the benefits of exercise to women in the community. She's a graduate of University of Michigan.
It's fine, Sheila. It always hurts the state girl to say that. Continue.
I did.
You did.
And the National Personal Training Institute. Lissa, thank you for being here today.
Thank you for having me.
So, Lissa, I have to start with, I think you forgot something in the bio. You are also the 2025 Troy Chamber Business Excellence Award Woman in Action Award winner.
I am, which I'm very proud of.
We actually were so excited to see you win. So we know how well deserved it is. And it was one of the ones that Sheila and I kind of screamed for. We were really happy for you. So I guess let's first start off with, the big question. What got you motivated to start Peak Physique and Peak Women?
Well, I've been part of Peak Physique for a while, and in doing consults with people, I would get the, I don't know. I don't want to start until I'm in a little bit better shape. Or, is it private? Are people going to start looking at me? Mm-hmm. And it was mostly from women. And in thinking about myself, I have anxiety. So I completely understand that. So my goal was to find a space where women that wouldn't normally come to the gym have that opportunity just to get people even through the door. And that's what we're finding is, if they can search for a women-only area, it comes up. And even last week, I had 5 new Peak Women people that came in and just said, I wouldn't otherwise do this. And once they're in the space, that kind of goes away. But it's, getting them there because especially people with anxiety and depression, exercise is key and moving your body is key, but sometimes you can't get over that hump of feeling like someone's going to be watching you or judging you.
Well, I work out. I like to be physically active, but it's no joke when I'm like, my knees are cracking. What if somebody hears it? Like there is a little bit of insecurities no matter what you do when you take that step.
Absolutely. And I do think that starting is the hardest part of doing anything, making that first phone call, sending that email, coming in to chat with us and kind of figure out if we're the right fit for you. And doing that is so brave. And so I want to make it as easy as possible to take that step and meet people where they are.
So I can say personally, truly, I met you guys last year at our Lifestyle Matters event, had a great conversation with you and Nick, and that's what led me to check you out. And then after sitting and chatting with both of you there, it was the right decision for me and the right gym for me because of your values, because of what you have created there at both Peak Women and Peak Physique. Can you talk a little bit about that and how it sets you apart?
Yeah, absolutely. For both Nick and I, we kind of sat down a few years ago and decided that the number one thing for us with our businesses is to act with integrity. And in doing that, and specifically to Peak Women, that comes into play for me that I want to create a safe space that women can talk about things that they might not have the opportunity to otherwise. I mean, in my little room, we talk about pregnancy loss, menopause, hot flashes, all of the things that happen to all of us, but we don't necessarily have that space to talk about it. And for me, my integrity comes into place that those conversations stay within that room and they don't go beyond that.
I can also pipe in if I may. I want to. The other side of it, Peak Fitness, I'm comfortable there. It is not pretentious. It is normal, everyday people. And we work out and we work out hard, but Tara can attest to this. I have fun. I come back and talk about how much fun I've had at the gym while I am being Put through the rigor.
Good words.
Well, and that's the thing. Not everybody loves to exercise, and that's okay. But if we can have you for an hour, you're moving your body and you're making progress, that's the goal. I mean, I think the best compliment I ever got, and this was probably 10 years ago, I had someone say, I used to think, oh, I've got to go to the gym. And now I think I get to go see my friends.
Yeah. And Sheila's not wrong. I don't think I've seen someone excited to work out. Like, she was laughing. She was getting ready yesterday. I'm like, by the way, you look cute in a hat. I've never seen you in a hat. But it just getting, like, staying at the office just so she's like, oh, I can't wait. I'm going to get ready. I'm going to go get straight over to Peak. And we're so excited. And it's something you just don't see. And
yeah, we try to make it not a job. Like, that's the main goal, that it's not a job. You're doing something good for yourself and that you should be proud of it.
I also do know more about Devin now. No, I'm just kidding. That's like, what are we talking about?
Good.
She's all good. All good stuff, Devin. I'm just saying. But it's so cute. Like, now I must start working out there because I feel like I'm already missing out on my family life with you guys. Like, you guys are our family.
Absolutely.
So, guys, I think this is a great moment to take a quick break and hear a word from our presenting sponsor, Trion Solutions. We'll be right back.
I'm Joe Vicari, President and CEO of the Joe Vicari Restaurant Group, which encompasses 24 restaurants throughout the country. Trion's able to provide for our employees health insurance, 401ks, vacation time. All of that helps us compete against larger companies for top talent. Happy employees make for great service, and that's what our restaurants are known for. That's why we rely on Trion.
You can always rely on Trion.
And welcome back to Members on the Mic with the Troy Chamber of Commerce. We are here with Lissa from Peak Physique and Peak Women. So, Lissa, starting a business is scary.
Yes.
That was a very easy yes, by the way. But what kind of advice would you give to somebody who might just be a little too nervous to take that leap?
I think what I would say is it's important to find your passion because it's not always going to be easy. Finding the place, like, I never, ever think I don't want to go to work. That's not my experience. And we've all had jobs like that where you're just like, oh my gosh, it's Monday again. And I don't have that. And I think being excited and finding your passion leads to you being successful. And the worst thing that can happen is it doesn't work. And that's okay. Not everything works.
Well, and it's one of those things too, is that it goes back to almost the insecurities of the people trying to go to the gym in the first place. You're building those confidence, but it's having confidence in yourself to give it a shot.
Absolutely.
And give it a try.
I mean, I think I thought about Peak Women for 6 months before I even said anything to anyone.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I just, sitting down, talking to people, hearing their stories and thinking this might be a good idea. And the response that we've gotten has been really great. And that may not have happened and that would have been okay too. But I'm so glad it's working.
It does feel like a good little high five internally for your idea, doesn't
it?
Yeah.
So as we've learned more about you, we've heard you've had a variety of roles: teacher, recruiter, office manager, and jazzercise instructor.
I did, yes.
Wasn't your location a former jazzercise studio?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
It was probably fate. It might have been fate.
Maybe. How have these experiences led you to start Peak Women and just what you're passionate about? How did those all come together? And then you looked at Nick one day and you said, I want to open this.
Well, I think, and even more than the jobs that I've had, but more so my personal life has led me here. And this isn't super easy for me to talk about, but when I was in my early 30s, I had a traumatic experience. I was diagnosed with thyroid cancer at 32, and my kids were 5.5, 3.5, and 1.5. And I was a stay-at-home mom and had been for years. And I don't know how much you know about thyroid cancer, but I had my thyroid removed, was gone for a little bit, but it had moved to my lymph nodes. So I had to have radioactive iodine treatment. So in order to do that, you have to be without thyroid meds for a couple months, so a while. So I got pretty sick, wasn't able to take care of my kids, not really take care of myself. I was sleeping 23 hours out of the day, that kind of thing. But the hardest part was when I actually had the radioactive iodine treatment, I had to be away from my kids for 10 days, which, looking back, it doesn't seem like that long of a time, but they were 5.5, 3.5, and 1.5, and used to me being around them all the time. And so what I decided, when I got better, it took me like 6 months, and I decided I know I can't control whether I get sick with not just thyroid cancer or anything, but what I can control is my health and how I take care of myself. So that's when I went to NPTI and became a trainer, researched nutrition, did the whole thing. And Peak Physique has been great, and I've tried to give that safe space while there. But when I think back to when each of my babies, I gained 60 pounds and had to find my way back, not just my body, but emotionally, mentally. So I wanted to make that easier. I mean, I think back to those times when it was hard, and that led me to want to create that space where if you're going through something hard, that's okay. And it's okay to feel it. It's okay to talk about it. And there is the other side to it. And, if you had asked me this question when I was going through all that, I would never, ever have thought that I'd be sitting here talking to you right now.
Well, and you're not, it's one of those things of that is an awful, it's not even a hurdle. That is a completely horrific thing that has happened, but you found the light and you found the way to make this impactful for others in the same breath. Like you're more of an inspiration than I'm sure you know.
Thank you.
But I think it's that piece of maybe this is all pulling together of why you needed to make sure others had a safe space because you've been through that. So people need people like you.
Well, thank you. And I think too, I am pretty open with every one of my clients that, I have anxiety. Yeah. My kids do too. We're all in therapy. And I think that I want to also be able to speak about mental health because it's just as important as our physical health, but there's that stigma. And so having this space where I have people comfortable coming and then being able to share that what I struggle with, it might not be exactly the same, but if I can meet you where you are and give you empathy, then maybe you can talk to someone else about your struggles. And we can stop thinking of mental health as something that we shouldn't talk about.
No, it's super important. And it also brings the kind of human interest to it. Like everybody's going through their own struggles. We may not always, sometimes these struggles will never come out, but maybe knowing that there's other people and that people are there to listen is still always one big step of help.
Absolutely. And just having that space where you can be proud because you're doing something for your body. And you found a community that's a safe community to talk about those things.
Well, I guess one other question that I have too is you brought up your family.
Yes.
So being away, 10 days is a long time for those ages. And also doing that while you're stressed and worried about your own self and your own health. I can't even fathom how much trauma that was to you. Just saying, I'm sick, I have to beat this to be with my children. And then adding 10 days away from them had to be horrific.
It was hard.
But when we look at it now, you've built such a successful business. I mean, obviously you must be very proud of that, but you are also a great mom. How do you on earth find this balance to maintain these two businesses and also make sure that your kids are a part of the forefront of your life?
I think owning a business is a lot of work, but at the same time, it's almost easier to spend time with my family because if my kids have a field trip or something coming up, I rearrange my stuff to be able to be there. And not everybody can do that. And that's important to me to be able to say, my son is graduating this year. I'm going to take off the day of his senior picnic because I want to be there and I can do that. I don't want to miss things. After COVID, both Nick and I decided we weren't working in the evening anymore. So we have a hard stop and we have other people working like Devin, which is wonderful. I think communication with the kids and just making sure that we know what they're doing, they know what we're doing, and being open and honest, and even with struggles. I mean, I was talking to Maggie about that I was doing this today and that I was nervous about it. And she was talking to me about how this is the summer where she's going to conquer all her fears. So 1, go on roller coasters, and 2, swim with sharks. Not sure about the sharks.
Okay.
Okay. We'll talk about it.
Wow. I'm floored. And I knew it was coming into this. But it's so impressive that you're leading by example and you don't see that a lot. And I appreciate that so very much. And I absolutely loved having you here today.
Thank you.
With that, one little last nugget, be it mental health related, be it health related, be it nutrition related, leave our listeners with something they can go back and use today.
I think what I would say is be kind to yourself and celebrate your victories. And moving forward, even if it's a tiny step or a big leap that day, celebrate it and be proud and let go of the stuff that holds you back.
I love it. I'm gonna take one and say I think we celebrate the day that you guys joined the chamber and entered our lives in a very positive way. So we'll celebrate that today.
I like it.
Yeah. And Sheila's a lot happier, and healthier. So thank you. No, I'm just kidding. Well, guys, that's all we have here today on Members on the Mic with the Troy Chamber of Commerce. Lissa, thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate all your insight. Guys, I'd also like to take a moment and thank our presenting sponsor, Trion Solutions. And that's all we have here today. So to learn more about the Chamber or upcoming events, go to troychamber.com. Thanks and have a great rest of your day. Bye now.
Bye-bye.